Hi guys! Now this is just a reminder about how to use the Classroom app, because some of you guys got a ton of work done in the very first couple weeks and then you just didn't, you had to like take some breaks because you had work and kids. So we're just going to give you a quick reminder. Now, in order for everything to work properly, there are two apps that you must have. One is Google Docs and one is Google Classroom. You also have to make sure that you are signed on as yourself for both of them. So the very first thing that we're going to do is, when we open up the Google Classroom app, we have a bunch of all of the other users that we have. We're going to make sure that we click ourselves. Oh, that works perfectly. And there I am up there in the corner. Now, I'm going to go over and do the exact same thing in Docs. Oh, there's Google Docs. I'm going to click on Google Docs. This doesn't look like it's me. Is this me? Oh, I come over here and yes, it is me, Ginny Barr in the corner, and I make sure that both have my symbol on them. This makes life so much easier for what we're about to do. Siri, go away. I don't like you. Now, we're going to open up our classroom. And the first thing that we open up to is just our regular class format. We're going to click on Taraki, English for Turlock Adult School. Now the first screen that opens up is not a screen that we actually like very much. It is the stream screen. The stream screen really doesn't help at all and it gets you really confused. So the best thing to do is ignore it completely and go over to the classwork by hitting this right down here. Now, once we hit classwork, it'll actually organize everything into weeks for us. Week 1, week 2, week 3, and 4. It also has the added advantage of actually giving us an indicator of what is done and what is not done. Things that are in blue are done. Things that are in gray are not done. So let's take a look at some of these things. Oh, I never did the Annabelle poem. Miss Barr is going to take every single assignment that you want to turn in. If you got the time to do it and you're going to try, I will give it to you. Not only that, but as long as you get 75% of it right, Miss Barr is going to give you full credit. Now, I see it says missing here. I see that it was due on March 27th, but that doesn't matter because Miss Barr is going to take it anyway. I see this arrow here and I'm going to flip it up. When I flip it up, I'm going to be shown a couple of things. First is this beautiful, wonderful attachment. I'm going to open the attachment. Oh, and it gives me a poem. Now, there's a couple different ways you can edit. Now, if you are super creative and you want to try to use like the draw, go you. But actually, if you hit this right here in the corner, this is the semi-square with the arrow. If you click on it, it's going to send you to the drive. Now, see, I didn't make sure that the drive was on Ginny Barr, so I was on the wrong one. It'll say, hey, do you want to change over? I was like, yeah, I want to change over. And then, boom, I become Annabelle Lee. Isn't that awesome? And the cool thing is that now I can easily write on it. Now, once I'm done, Anna, please don't interrupt my video with you screaming. You'll have to excuse my cat. Now, once you guys actually have all of this typed out and you have it the way you want, that's perfectly okay. You don't have to worry about saving or anything. It's going to save automatically. We can actually close out, go back to the classroom, close the attachment, and we're going to see here we have, oh, sorry. I touched it too fast. We have add attachment and turn it in. All you have to do is click turn it in, and it's going to turn in that assignment and say, turn in the work. You say, turn in the work. And that's all you have to do. It'll go straight to me. Now, here's a couple of things. One, if you've got any work done, it's worth turning it in. And once you start working on something, I can automatically see that you're working on it. If you forget to turn it in and I see that you've worked on it, I will still go take a look and give you partial credit. Then there's the fact that I can see everything you've actually opened. So if you actually opened anything, it'll tell me immediately that yes, you have been looking at stuff. And that's pretty much how I've been taking your attendance, is to seeing is whether or not you've been going on and looking at the assignments. Now, the only assignment that's been a little tricky for people is the narrative notes. Now, narrative notes is due tomorrow. I will totally extend it through the weekend, not a problem. And here's why it's been a little bit of trouble. There's actually two different sets of information. First is the actual notes. I put one in Google Slides and one as a PDF. The PDF is a little easier to use. The Google Slides can be a little difficult. So if we actually take a look at the narrative, it gives you the complete list of notes and every single thing you need to do. Now that's really fun, but there's one big problem. The assignments that you're actually doing are here. So the best thing to do is have this particular one, short story narrative practice, actually open and running in Google Docs. Sorry guys, my dad is a little slow. If we click this right over here, it's going to send us over to Doc. And we're going to kind of go between the two. Now, if you want to edit a doc, there's a little pencil here in the corner. You're going to click on that, and it's going to let you edit where you need to. Now, the fun part about this is Miss Barr's got love, okay? I'm not looking for like Shakespearean stuff here. If you do the best job you can, that's all I can ask. Now, you'll finish the practice, exit out, go back to the classroom, go back to the notes. I know it's a pain. And then continue on. There are 3 worksheets and all of them are super easy and some of them are really fun. So do try this because this gives you a lot of points and it helps you kind of figure out what you want to write about. Nothing hard, I promise. No test. Now, the last thing is our final narrative. If you take a look at the final narrative, there once again are two sets of information. The first set of information is the instructions as to exactly what I'm looking for. These cannot be edited. But if you go down to the bottom and you flick it up, you go over to bar narrative, I'm actually asking for you to type the document exactly how I want it. Again, we're going to come over here to our square with an arrow and click it. It's going to put away our other one and bring up this one. You are going to start typing right there and boom, you are writing your final. Now, remember, if you write anything down or even just access the document, I'll be able to see it. I also can see a couple of other things, just so you know. I can see when you copy and paste things. I can see when you delete things, and I can see when you edit things. There is no way to circumvent this. Now, listen. I'm going to turn you around real quick. Try not to look at my house too much, okay? 1, 2, 3. Wow. Hi. Now, guys, I know this is a stressful time. I know all of you have so many pressures on you. You have children, you have work, you have so much going on, and it's going to be okay. I'm asking for 70%, guys. You give me 70% and I will give you an A. All I'm asking is for 70%. The biggest problem I have is if you don't do anything, then I can't count that towards attendance. And you guys know the rule, 3 days and you're out. So please, 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 I just want you to try. I don't care if it's Shakespeare. I don't care if you mess up. It's okay if your grammar's poor right now. We'll work on it next semester. Please just try. Don't give up. Now, I adore you all. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Everything's going to be okay.